What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird. We back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Smash the like button, smash subscribe button, hop in the comment section, comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. We got news of the day coming out of Colorado. And we're going to jump right into it. So, of course, this Colorado football program revamped the trenches on the offensive and defensive side of the football, especially on the defensive side of the ball. This is an extremely talented, athletic defensive line group with a lot of size and versatility. Let's take a look at the PFF grades here. Highest graded returning Big 12 defensive tackles and edge rushers. As you see, there's only two schools that have 4 representatives, Iowa State and Colorado. Of course, our edges rank higher than Iowa State's, and their defensive tackles rank a little bit higher than ours. But in my opinion, we're deeper on our defensive line unit. And let's jump right into it. We got Sam Okunlola. He's a 4-star edge rusher, 6'4", 245 out of Brockton, Massachusetts. Pitt transfer. A very productive player that played his best in his biggest games against Florida State and Louisville. Played extremely well in those 2 matchups. He was actually ACC Rookie of the Week for his Louisville performance. Demonstrates good pass rushing ability, nice frame, athleticism. Has 3 years of eligibility left. Played in 10 games at Pitt last season. Had 18 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, was tied for the team lead, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery as well. He was expected to be a key contributor for that Pitt Panthers defense. Well, of course, he'll be making plays in Boulder, Colorado. Let's keep it rolling, dog. We got Rayon Buell. He's a 4-star defensive lineman, 6'3", 280, out of Hornell, New York, Ohio transfer. A nice size interior defensive lineman who's physical at the point of attack. Does a great job playing with pad level strikes and sheds very well. Very stout in the run game. Shows explosiveness getting to the quarterback in the passing game as well. Plays with a high motor. Of course, in 2023, he had 30 tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. He played on an Ohio defense that was extremely talented. They were one of the best defenses in the country, without question. He was one of their top guys on the defensive line. He'll be in Boulder, Colorado. Ain't no point in stopping, dog. Let's keep it rolling. We got Quincy Wiggins, another 4-star defensive lineman, 6'5", 265 out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, LSU transfer. In 2022, this was the #1 overall player coming out of the state of Louisiana. He was a top 10 defensive lineman in the country, a top 50 national player. This was a blue chip recruit. He had offers from all over the country. Has great size, physically gifted, multiple sport athlete, played basketball as well, has a lot of physical tools. He's been looking extremely well since he's touched down on campus. This is a steal of a get. I can't wait to see this young man perform. Let's keep it rolling, dog. We got BJ Green, you guessed it, another 4-star defensive lineman, 6'2", 275 out of Atlanta, Georgia, Arizona State transfer. A very athletic defensive end that's relentless in getting after the quarterback. One of the best in the country in pressuring the QB. He's well put together and explosive, just comes flying off the edge, dog. He finished with 57 QB pressures this past season. In 2023, had 40 tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. He had 1 forced fumble as well. He's been a dog ever since he's touched down at Arizona State. As a true freshman, he became the 4th Sun Devils player ever to lead the team in sacks. Terrell Suggs was the first to do so. He's coming in, of course, with this Colorado football program, expecting to make a lot of plays on this defense. This is a very good pass rusher, a very athletic pass rusher who's been looking really well so far this summer. He's going to be tough to block without question, especially with the amount of dogs that we're going to have inside and just in general. It's going to be fun to watch him pin his ears back and get after the quarterback. He's going to be a fan favorite. Can't wait to see BJ Green. Let's keep it rolling, dog. We got Dayon Hayes, of course, another 4-star defensive lineman, 6'3", 265 out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was in that 2020 class. He was a #3 overall player coming out of the state of Pennsylvania. He was a top 10 defensive lineman in the country, a top 180 national player, listed as a top-ranked edge rusher in the portal when he entered. A nice frame and length with a very quick get-off. This is a very athletic pass rusher. He dips and explodes around the edge, plays physical and fast, very good pursuit ability, can chase down plays from behind, sheds off blockers well, strong at the point of attack. Of course, in 2023, he played in 12 games, making 11 starts at Pitt, 45 tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss, which led the team. He also had 4 sacks as well. He's had a very solid college career so far, 81 tackles, 27 tackles for loss, 13 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. And we got a block bully, dog, Chidobe Awuzie, 3-star defensive tackle, 5'11", 300 pounds, out of Richmond, Texas. Houston transfer, coming out of high school. He was a top 80 defensive tackle in the country, was a top 100 player coming out of the state of Texas. You're looking at a 2-time state champion wrestler, a very productive defensive tackle that started 27 games for the Cougars, moves well for his size, very strong, stout in the run game, tackles well. He sheds off blockers really well, good mobility, 95 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. He also blocked a kick at Houston as well. Of course, that 74.1 PFF grade was second on the University of Houston's defense. He had multiple offers coming out of the transfer portal. Well, he'll be eating up blocks in Boulder, Colorado. Let's keep it rolling, dog. Got Nikhil Webb-Walker, edge rusher, 6'6", 275, out of Jamaica, New Mexico State, a transfer. A well put together edge that's versatile, quick off the ball, very strong and physical. In 2023, 23 tackles, 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. He had 1 forced fumble as well. He hit the portal. He had offers from Mississippi State, Oregon State, Minnesota, just to name a few. Of course, he'll be in black and gold in Boulder, Colorado. We got Terine Carter, a 3-star defensive tackle, 6'3", 303, out of Mansfield, Texas. Arkansas transfer, coming out of high school, was a top 60 defensive tackle in the country. A well put together defensive tackle that moves well for his size, physical, strong at the point of attack, really gets after it in the run game at Arkansas. 60 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. He had 2 passes that he was able to bat down at the line of scrimmage as well. I love the fact that he's coming in with a lot of SEC production. This was a young man that was on the field a lot for that Arkansas Razorbacks program. He made a lot of plays for that program, plays that didn't, jump out in the stat sheet. But if you roll the game tape, he definitely made an impact without question on that defense. And I can't wait to see him get after opposing quarterbacks in the Big 12. It's going to be fun to watch that dog get after the quarterback. Let's keep it rolling, dog. We got Tafi Thomas, 3-star defensive tackle, 6'4", 300 pounds, out of Tampa, Florida. He was in that 2022 class, Louisville transfer. A block-eating defensive tackle who displays good athleticism even at 300 pounds, gets off the ball at a very good rate. Arkansas was on him heavy out of the portal, but he'll be in Boulder. Let's keep it rolling. We got Anquin Barnes, 3-star defensive tackle, 6'5", 315, out of Montgomery, Alabama, University of Alabama transfer. Coming out of high school, he was the top 25 defensive lineman in the country. He was a former 4-star recruit coming out of high school. Just a mountain of a man. Very strong, very physical. Good luck moving him in the middle. I mean, he's just tough to move, dog. You just rarely see him go backwards. If anything, he's always going forward, dog. I mean, he's going to be tough to deal with on Saturdays, and you got Warren Sapp coaching him up as well, along with a lot of these other guys, too. It's going to be fun, dog. Let's keep it rolling. We got Ari McNeil, 3-star defensive lineman, 6'4", 285, out of Swaney, Georgia. He was in that 2021 class. He was a top 60 overall player coming out of the state of Georgia, a top 60 defensive tackle in the country. Of course, he committed to Tennessee out of high school. He was at this Colorado football program last season, had 31 tackles, 3 sacks, had 7 tackles for loss, which was 3rd on the team behind JD and Bentley. He had 1 quarterback hurry, 1 forced fumble, and 1 pass defended as well. I can't wait to see him step up this year. He's going to make some plays for sure. We got a true freshman, Brandon Davis-Swain, 4-star defensive lineman, 6'4", 240, out of West Bloomfield, Michigan. He was a top 4 overall player coming out of the state of Michigan. He was a top 20 defensive lineman in the country. This is a top 150 national player coming out of that 2024 class. Super athletic, caught touchdown passes in high school. He's Michigan all-time sack leader. Very quick off the football, uses his hands very well, high motor guy. Can't wait to see that young man play. Here we got Arden Walker, 3-star edge rusher, 6'2", 250, out of Denver, Colorado. He's in that 2021 class. He was a top 5 overall player coming out of the state of Colorado. He was a top 30 strong side defensive end in the country. Of course, he committed to Missouri. Coming out of high school, he had offers from Michigan, Michigan State, Texas, Kansas State, UCLA, Minnesota, just to name a few. Of course, last season with this Colorado football program, appeared in all 12 games, making 2 starts. He played in over 200 snaps. He had 12 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 sack as well. Looking forward to his development. He's been developing really well this summer. Expect more production to come out of this young man this season. We have Shane Coes 3-star defensive tackle, 6'3", 275 out of Dayton, Ohio, Dartmouth transfer. Started 20 games there, 87 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, 1 pass defended, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, back-to-back all Ivy League. Of course, in 2023 last season with Colorado, played in all 12 games, making 9 starts, had 29 tackles, which was second on the team for defensive lineman, had 1 pass defended as well. His best game was against Utah, had 9 tackles in that game. Last but certainly not least, we have McCoy, 3-star edge rusher, 6'3", 230 out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He was in that 2023 class. He was the number 7 overall player coming out of the state of Oklahoma. He was a top 50 edge rusher in the country. Very quick get off, can really dip around the edge. Young, still has 4 years left. He redshirted last season, only played in 4 games, making 1 tackle. So, of course, this Colorado football program, like I said, man, this defensive line has taken some really big steps forward, and we got Coach Sapp in the building as well. So, not going to keep you long. Just want to bring you guys another phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's eye view, man.